Carolina in Carolina blue, Wake Forest in the home white. Our officials tonight, Ron Gruber, AJ Desai, and Tim Clougherty, as we are underway between North Carolina and Wake Forest. What are the keys for a bounce-back performance from the Tar Heels tonight?
Turnovers. They must limit their turnovers in their game. Last game against Miami, Miami had 30 points off of turnovers, and then they have to get balance, meaning it can't just be Armando Bacot scoring.
Yeah, Bacot was really the lone bright spot in a 28-point loss on Tuesday to Miami. Hubert Davis called out his team's lack of energy and lack of leadership in that performance, but has also said there's plenty of positives so far this season, a 12-5 start. Inside, LaRavia is short. Tar Heels love to push in transition. That's exactly what they do. Davis misses it, but Brady Manick cleans up the spill to open the scoring.
Second chance opportunity, and you're absolutely right. North Carolina were one of the better transition teams. Great work that time by Manick on the offensive glass.
Alondes Williams, the go-to guy, splits the defenders and gets the roll. Alondes Williams showing early why he's an ACC Player of the Year candidate. Right back inside to Manick. Too much on that touch. Williams rips down the rebound. He does it all for Wake Forest, but tried to do a little too much there and turned it over. Manick on a mismatch, has 8 inches over Williamson, can't use it, but Bacot the rebound, and he's fouled.
And Jay, that was part of my keys for Wake Forest. You must control Armando Bacot. You look at his last 8 games, he has really been a handful. Look at those numbers, 20 points per game, 13 boards, but I love it. He's so efficient. 66% from the floor. He really is a guy that has been playing as good as anybody in college basketball.
8 straight double-doubles, back-to-back ACC Player of the Week. But this is not just a solid 2-3 week stretch. This has been all season from Armando Bacot, but misses both from the foul line.
This is the matchup. Leaky Black on Alondes Williams, the leading scorer in the ACC.
Dallas Walton fires from 3 off the mark. North Carolina started this game 1 for 6 from the floor. They do have 3 offensive rebounds though. Bacot pulls the trigger, missed it. Williams again in attack mode. That one doesn't drop. Manick in transition. The trailer buries the 3. Brady Manick has all 5 for the Tar Heels early.
When he's knocking down threes, it just opens up space for Bacot, and that's what he does. Very difficult matchup for opposing forwards.
LaRavia, tough take, Manick all over him, and it falls for the transfer from Indiana State. Inside to Bacot. Has a step on Dallas Walton. Rolls off the rim, no. Manick there, and now he's got all 7 for the Tar Heels. What a start for Brady Manick.
Right now, defensive rebounding early on. Well, that needs to tighten up for Wake Forest. Manick now, that's twice getting second chance opportunities.
LaRavia again, exact same spot, tough in the paint, and he's got back-to-back buckets.
And another guy shooting at a high percentage, 60% from the floor for LaRavia, and that's twice now getting into paint against Manic.
Manic on a heat check, can't connect. Another offensive rebound. That's now 5 for the Tar Heels. Denied at the rim. Baycott stripped by Williams. Here goes Alondes Williams in transition. And he hits the three. Alondes Williams fires Wake Forest in front. Love can't find the answer, but Baycott, another offensive rebound. That's now 3 for him on the night, 6 for the Tar Heels in total. And a terrific start to this game. 2 ACC rivals just getting started in Winston-Salem. Well, there's no doubt about it. Alondes Williams, the go-to guy for this Wake Forest team, and at 15-4, Williams, the reason why the Demon Deacons are enjoying such a great season. And he's the only player in division basketball averaging more than 20 points a game and 5 assists a game, Huck.
Yeah, we had a chance to speak with the coaching staff yesterday, and I think a big reason why Wake Forest has had the success that they've had is this guy right here, Alondes Williams. We talked about the points, but I think the biggest thing is he leads the ACC in assists per game. And right now, Jay, Wake, they're 4th in the ACC. They average close to 15 assists per game. They're playing unselfish and playing together on the offensive end.
And we were speaking with assistant coach Brooks Savage yesterday, and he told us Williams plays with so much joy for his teammates making passes like that. And he goes, it's just often forgotten in the ACC, in high-level Division I basketball. This is a game these kids grew up as middle schoolers, elementary school players. They just love the game of basketball, and Alondes Williams never loses sight of that, and that joy has bred a lot of success, not just for him individually, but for the whole team. Pull-up 3 here, can't connect. Love through the spin cycle, off the Baycott for an easy 2.
A beautiful move that time, great dribble drive, and then Baycott, one of the best finishers. And back to my earlier point, this matchup, Leaky Black against Alondes Williams, that's going to be a key matchup for North Carolina in this game.
ACC put too much on that 3. Wake Forest struggling from deep early, 1 for 4 from 3. There's Manic. Got LaRavia to jump. Now on the drive, missed it. Baycott couldn't tip it in. And LaRavia lost the handle. Leaky Black the other way now. Here's Leaky Black straight to the rim. Rejected by Alondes Williams. Williams to the block and draws the foul. Hubert Davis, and your number 1 is the head coach of North Carolina. We had a terrific conversation with Hubert, and he said, look, plenty of positives. Everyone's going to harp on the negatives, and then there were a lot in that game against Miami on Tuesday that they lost by 28, but he believes this team is a team that can win a national championship and win an ACC title this season.
Well, I definitely would agree with them on that. But I think the consistency, I think that's been the big issue. They've had some games like the last one against Miami where he was really disappointed with the effort. But certainly they, I think, have enough talent to win the ACC.
It all starts with Armando Baycott. Now 8 offensive rebounds as a team. Baycott has 4 of those. They cash in on some second chance points through Caleb Love.
Well, that's early right now. I think the struggle for Wake Forest defensive rebounding. Now on the other side, Alondes Williams, that was a concern for Hubert Davis, keeping him out of the paint. thus far, he's been able to get into the paint off of high ball screens or just straight dribble drives.
Isaiah Musius rips it away from Caleb Love. There's LaRavia. The hook shot perfection. He is feasting in the paint. 8 points early. And he and Alondes Williams, those two guys have all 15 for Wake to start this game.
Jay, what they're doing right now, they are just isolating LaRavia with Manic. Manic has got to understand LaRavia's gone to his right hand almost every time. He keeps letting it go right. And LaRavia, a high percentage guy, shooting 60% from the floor, close to 60% from the floor. He's just getting into paint every time. That's just too easy.
And he's getting it done on the defensive end. Poke that one away. This is Carter Witt, passes out of the double team. LaRavia fires a three and buries it. Jake LaRavia hot early. 5 of 6 at 11 points to lead Wake. Davis pull up, pop, count it, plus the foul. What a response from R.J. Davis. Two teams going punch for punch. LaRavia the three, and then Davis might get one the old-fashioned way at the line when we come back. Coming into today, ESPN bracketologist Joe Lunardi had 5 ACC teams in his projected field of 68, including both Wake Forest and North Carolina. Malcolm, and a win tonight would certainly help booster that resume for these two teams, a 9 seed and a 10 seed respectively.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, this game huge, and for a lot of different reasons. ACC standings. I think the big thing, though, that pops out for me, Wake Forest, the job that Steve Forbes has done. I think way ahead of schedule, where many folks, including myself, thought they would be this year. He's done an outstanding job, and they are playing at a high level.
The Demon Deacons have only taken one trip to March Madness since 2010. And that was in 2017, so 100% Malcolm, way ahead of schedule. But having talked to Steve Forbes, he wants to stay ahead of schedule. Here's the steal. Couldn't get the slam, foul from behind. Damari Monsanto. Take another look.
And right here, the live ball turnovers. So this was problematic for North Carolina their last time out. Miami 30 points off of turnovers, and again, that's just something you can't do home or away.
And what a story this is with Damari Monsanto at the foul line. Transferred from East Tennessee State. He tore his Achilles in the offseason. Steve Forbes told us, do we redshirt him? Do we try and have him come back and rehab? And to the credit of the hard work that Damari put in, he made his debut against Georgia Tech. This is only his second game of the season. He's making big plays like that.
And I think that's the area that they really are pleased with him, his conditioning, but brings that defensive presence for a team that's already pretty good defensively.
Underneath in perfect position, Puff Johnson scoops it up and puts it in. Both teams catching fire right now. The Tar Heels have made their last 3. Wake Forest 4 of their last 5. Monsanto step back 3 goes begging. Caleb Love on the drive, blocked by Williams. That's his 3rd block of the night. Trying to take it coast to coast and draws the foul.
Well, impressed with his defense. We talked about it. Alondes Williams leads the ACC in scoring and assists, but his defense early on in this game has been impressive. As you take a look at Jake LaRavia and Alondes Williams tonight, they really have been the offense for Wake Forest.
A two-man wrecking crew. LaRavia with 11. Williams stuck on 7 after that miss.
The one area, Jay, for Wake Forest, they need to tighten up defensive rebounding. Right now, North Carolina, 8 second chance points, mainly Manic. Has done a lot of damage on the offensive glass along with Baycott. They must shore up the defensive rebounding.
Foul called. RJ Davis lost the handle. The tag Hadim C with his first foul of the game. Here's Davis. Shook himself loose and buries the 3 to tie it at 21.
Beautiful stop that time, refusing that screen, crossover, and then right into that beautiful jumper. Excellent offensive possession by RJ Davis.
Tied at 21 between Wake Forest and North Carolina. Denied at the rim. Baycott doing it on both ends. They go inside to him. The extra pass, Garcia can't connect. Baycott another offensive rebound. And more second chance points could come from the foul line. That's now 9 offensive rebounds in this game for North Carolina.
And a lot of that, Jay, is coming because North Carolina has had excellent spacing. Now, although Garcia missed that 3 in the corner, you can't ask for a better look off of great ball movement. They're being unselfish. They have Wake Forest spread out. And then the bigs, Baycott, Manic out of the game now, but Baycott and Manic in particular have done a nice job cleaning up on the offensive glass.
A week from today, we'll have a quadruple header for you next Saturday right here on the ACC Network. You can see this Tar Heels team tip things off at 2 o'clock against NC State Tobacco Road rivalry right here. 2 o'clock, first game of our quadruple header on the ACC Network. Wake Forest looking for their first basket in 3 minutes. They've gone cold and allowed North Carolina to grab the lead in this game. Davis free again, can't connect. Williamson with a head of steam going 1-on-3, and he successfully draws the foul to tie the game from the line.
Jay, both teams are definitely trying to get out in transition off of misses. And that time Williamson out off of the RJ Davis miss.
Davian Williamson turning 22 today. A player that Steve Forbes and his staff originally recruited to East Tennessee State out of Winston-Salem. And how full circle is it that Forbes then gets the Wake Forest job, brings the local product home, and he has found a ton of success transitioning to the ACC.
Well, what a great story. And he is the one guy, if you're North Carolina, you don't want him at the free throw line. Close to 90% from the free throw line, second in the ACC. Steve Forbes and staff just rave about him. And he has been a great addition to this team coming along with Steve Forbes.
I think we can guess what he would wish for his birthday. against a rival trying to extend a winning streak to 3 games and really move themselves into the top of the ACC. Jump ball. Arrow is with Wake Forest, so Demon Deacons will stay with it.
Now 2 possessions. Armando Bacot has not touched the ball. And again, you don't mind if you're taking threes off of dribble drives and kickouts after you get Bacot involved down low in the offense. But if I'm North Carolina, I'm trying to get Bacot a touch in the paint on almost every offensive possession.
LaRavia, game high 11 points. He's found his success in the paint. Passes out. Wake Forest has missed their last 4 shots. No field goals in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Williamson trying to change that, and he does. Davian Williamson with the shot clock running down. Fires Wake Forest back in front.
And Hubert Davis and staff are hot. They thought there was a travel prior to him shooting that shot.
Halfway down, but rattles out for North Carolina. Isaiah Musius, he's been quiet tonight. No points. Deep 3 goes begging from Monsanto. Good look. No good. DeMarco Dunn with 2 good looks from 3. Couldn't connect on either. Williamson with a hand in his face. Does not matter. Davian Williamson heating up on his 22nd birthday, and Wake Forest is up 5. Bacot trying to put an end to a 7-0 run. Off to Garcia. Terrific defense from Wake. And they keep the ball alive with Musius. Monsanto couldn't knock it down. And Joel would have erupted if that 3 fell. Offensive foul. Armando Bacot, that's his 2nd. And Wake Forest on a 7-0 run and a 5-point lead. We're almost at the halfway point of the ACC regular season. So let's take a look at the standings, preseason rankings versus where it sits today. And to me, Malcolm, Miami and Wake Forest, really the 2 teams that have defied their preseason rankings.
Absolutely, and I think it also goes along the storyline that we've been talking about, just how wide open the ACC is this year. I think it's a guess. Throw up a coin and make a wish, because you just don't know on any given night. I think anybody's capable of winning a game, and certainly it's going to be for an interesting finish to the second half of the ACC season.
Jake LaRavia has had a terrific night, and it continues. That's 13 points now to lead Wake Forest.
Well, Jay, they keep letting him get back to his right hand. He's just turning over his left shoulder, shooting a short baby hook as we take a look at a nice offensive possession for North Carolina, but they must do a better job. Bannock and Garcia keeping LaRavia out of the paint.
He gets right back in the paint, missed it. Somehow found the ball and laid it in for Marsh. Wake Forest feasting in the paint right now. That bounced all the way out to LaRavia, and he's pushed from behind.
Nice little high ball screen, unselfish play, and beautiful pass by Love. And then this right here has been problematic for North Carolina, in particular Garcia and Manick. Heads up play by LaRavia, but he has lived in the paint, and they've isolated him, Wake Forest, and they're just keeping going back to that matchup until North Carolina is either forced to double or do a better job keeping him out of the paint.
Already at his season average 14 with that made free throw. Tomorrow we've got some terrific women's basketball for you. Quadruple header right here on the ACC network. Tips off at noon with a top 20 battle. North Carolina and Georgia Tech, and then at 4, Virginia Tech against number 4 NC State. Don't want to miss that right here on the ACC network. Largest lead of the night for Wake Forest, 9 on a 13-2 run. Tar Heels looking to stop the bleeding. Kerwin Walton to 3, bounced right to him, he couldn't cash in. Kept in play. Puff Johnson has it on the floor and calls a timeout. We'll step aside as well. Hubert Davis looking for answers. His team down 9 on the road against Wake Forest.
He has had a fantastic first half thus far. You look at the numbers, 15 points and efficient from the floor as usual, 6 of 9.
Manick drills the 3. He scored the first 7 points for North Carolina to start this game. Has been quiet since, but that is a big-time 3 and much needed for a Tar Heels team that missed 9 of their previous 10 shots. Wake is in the bonus, so shooting 1 and 1. And North Carolina has gotten some really good looks in this game, Malcolm. They have missed 8 of their 13 layup attempts in this game. I couldn't ask for better looks than that if you're Hubert Davis and points in the paint was an emphasis. You just got to make your layups.
And yes, you're absolutely right, Jay. They've had some opportunities, in particular, as you said, around the basket, just unable to convert. And then on the other end, defensively, really the 2 guys that have hurt them, LaRavia in particular, they've been unable to answer them defensively.
Caleb Love does not drop, rolled off the front of the rim. Alondes Williams in transition. Kick to the corner. Williamson hits the 3. Davian Williamson perfect from the field, and Wake Forest is up 10.
Unselfish play by Alondes Williams. He could have easily shot that, kicked it out to a wide open shooter. Unselfish basketball, all set up by the ACC leader in assists.
This one he takes himself and he knocks it down. It is all Wake Forest right now. Manick, big time move, quiets the home crowd. He leads Carolina with 12. Even with that make, it's still a 20-7 run for Wake Forest, who has grabbed control of this game. Seconds on the shot clock. Love has to hurry, and he draws the foul. LaRavia's first.
And Jay, right here, this is unselfish. Draws two defenders and then kicks it out. He has so much attention, and then, as you said, took it himself. He's doing a little bit of everything. Rare you find a guy that leads the conference in points per game and then also leads it in assists. Really just like the pace that he plays at, but more importantly, his understanding for the game. He'll draw guys and then kick it out to open shooters.
And how tough is that on the scouting report? You don't know how he's going to beat you, in the passing game, or if he's just going to pull up like he did. 11 points tonight for Alondes Williams, who just has been Mr. Consistency for this Demon Deacons team all season. First in the ACC, like you said, Malcolm, in points and assists.
Well, early it was leaky black on him. Right now, Caleb Love is guarding Alondes Williams.
Williamson, another three, his first miss of the night. 2 minutes left to this first half. Carolina down by 9. Love lost the handle. LaRavia up ahead. Williams, count it, plus the foul. Alondes Williams.
Jay, when you spoke with Hubert Davis, he said turnovers. We can't do it. This is Wake Forest's 11th point off of turnovers. And Alondes Williams showing off great body control, upper body strength, take the hit, and finish. That's a big-time play off the turnover. Jay, Wake Forest has scored off of every North Carolina turnover.
Five turnovers, they've cashed in for 11 points. Five seconds to shoot. R.J. Davis down the lane. Put it over Williams, and then Manick is fouled. Our next all-access, the ACC Live, right here on the ACC Network, is Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Georgia Tech women's basketball, Louisville women's indoor track and field, and Virginia women's swim. And you get to see all-access behind the scenes that you can only see on the ACC Network. As Wake Forest takes it the other way, guess who? Jake LaRavia, 18 points. It can make it 19 if he makes his foul shot.
Well, he has scored in double figures in every ACC game, and right now he came into this game 15th in college basketball, shooting 60% from the floor, so very efficient. But I've been impressed with how Wake has been patient offensively, and then they just keep going back to the matchup that they want, and that has been Jake LaRavia in this game so far in the first half.
18 points to lead the Demon Deacons. It's a 13-point Wake Forest lead. North Carolina looking for answers. Maybe they'll find one from three, and they do. Caleb Love delivers. Timeout, Steve Forbes will step aside for 30 seconds. Caleb Love with a much-needed three. The sophomore with his team down by 13, a contested three. He had been shooting the ball very well. One of the best three-point shooters in the conference headed into Miami, but 1 for 5, really struggled. Everybody did for Carolina that night, and still kind of shaking off the struggles. Hubert Davis spoke to us about the lack of energy, leadership in that game against Miami. I don't think it's a lack of energy tonight, Huck, just a lack of execution.
Yeah, I think a couple things. Look, Baycott got into foul trouble, and he has not been on the court. So, again, that takes away your balance. And what I mean by that, obviously, he gives you that low post presence. And then the turnovers, Jay, that really is something that has continued to plague them.
Love, this is that one. Shot clock is off as LaRavia scoops up the ball. Yeah, Huck, Baycott only played 12 minutes of this first half. Picked up his second foul and did not come back in. 4 points on 1 of 6 shooting. And nobody in the country all season has been able to take Armando Baycott out of a game like Wake Forest has in this first half. Williams, tough shot off the mark. Now North Carolina will have it with 1.7 left.
Well, for the first half that Alondes Williams has had, that's probably the first bad decision that he has made. And plenty of time, you definitely want to try to get something going to the basket.
Davis a heave at the buzzer. No good.
Alondes Williams and Jake LaRavia took over the first half.
Yeah, the 2 stars for Wake Forest have showed up in a big way, and for Carolina, Armando Baycott only played 12 minutes due to foul trouble, 4 points, 1 of 6 shooting. This is really the first time all season we've seen a team effectively take him out of a game.
Well, turnovers, and one positive thing for North Carolina in that first half was second chance points. That's really what kept them as close as 10 in this game.
12 offensive rebounds, and they did a decent job cashing in on them. Caleb Love gets the scoring started in this second half. Williamson, the immediate answer, the birthday boy, Davian Williamson. He's got 10.
Well, Jay, it's as simple as this for North Carolina, and Hubert Davis talked to us about this. They have to keep the ball out of the paint. Too many times Wake Forest has had dribble drives, and they're just getting easy looks in the paint.
Maybe that'll ignite Armando Baycott. Offensive rebound, puts it up and in. Right back the other way, Alondes Williams. It's just too easy for him right now.
And that time ball screen, that right there is on Armando Baycott. He has to do a better job on that high ball screen, hedging against Williams, slowing it down.
Baycott missed the layup again. Those are usually easy for Baycott, and that one does drop. Williams, how about the handles and the finish? Alondes Williams. Back-to-back buckets for the ACC leading scorer. Stripped away. LaRavia spins out of trouble. Up ahead, Williamson for the easy 2. Nanick left open for 3. North Carolina needed it. Does not fall. Offensive rebound, though. Davis in attack mode, and he cashes in.
Start the second half. Caleb Love is on Alondes Williams. And they move Leaky Black over to Jake LaRavia. So 2 key defensive assignments for North Carolina.
His travels.
And right here, again, that's just a great individual move. Inside out hard dribble, and then transition off of the turnover. Heads up play by LaRavia, and that is Wake Forest's 14th point off of turnovers in this game, and something that continues to plague North Carolina.
Yeah, the Demon Deacons have scored off of all 6 turnovers tonight. And going back to the last game against Miami, North Carolina has been outscored on points off turnovers, 44-5. That's a 39-point swing there. You know, it's one thing to commit the turnover, but then to give up the points. And again, North Carolina, 6 turnovers isn't glaring, Malcolm, for more than a half of basketball. It's that they've allowed the turnovers to turn into 13 points.
Yeah, it's the live ball ones, and that's the ones that hurt you. And Hubert Davis talked about that. We just, can't. It's so hard to overcome when you turn the ball over and then give up points in transition off of those turnovers.
Got into double figures.
And he has been, though, the one mainstay. He has been so consistent all year. His numbers really some of the best in college, not just ACC, but just all of college basketball. He is playing at a high level.
Big time make. Davian Williamson continues to deliver. Baycott starting to heat up. Only 4 points in the first half. Has 6 already in the second, but denied that time. Williamson, coast to coast. Back-to-back buckets for Davian Williamson. Wake Forest is 6 for 6 to start this second half. And Carolina gets the answer from R.J. Davis. Williams pull-up pop, first miss of the half, and then commits the foul. Caleb Love. R.J. Davis, the 2 men in the backcourt get it into Manick. Tough take, and it falls from Brady Manick. He's got 15 on the night.
And that's great recognition by North Carolina, realizing Manick has a size advantage over Alondes Williams. They isolated him on the block. Good offensive execution.
Manick ripped it away on the defensive end. Up ahead, Davis called for an offensive foul. Davis, they call him for a push-off. We'll step aside as we start this second half. Davian Williamson and Wake Forest up by 9. Alondes Williams leads the ACC in scoring and assists, but he's also making history for Wake Forest. He's joined Jeff Teague and Tim Duncan as the only players to go over 400 points through their first 20 games in the season. And this game isn't over yet. Still a lot of time left, and he may overtake Teague by the end of the night.
Well, he's in some pretty good company. And Jay, when we talk about big picture, national scene, I think he's a guy that's under the radar. Alondes Williams, again, a lot of other guys get a lot of pub, but he's leading the league in points. But I think what's more impressive, his assist. He's also leading the ACC in assists.
Got a great Robin to his Batman tonight. Jake LaRavia now up to 20. 8 of 11 from the field. That rebound as well. Wake Forest has gotten 57 of their 61 points from either LaRavia, Davian Williamson, or Alondes Williams. Baycott calling for it. Doesn't give it to him. 10 seconds left to shoot. foul. North Carolina just seems to be lacking some flow on the offensive end, Malcolm. How do they fix that?
Well, that time Leaky Black was trying to enter the ball into the post for Baycott. I'd rather have Manick, a shooter, on that wing trying to enter the ball so that way they can't help off. I think that's the biggest problem right now. They're having issues getting the ball into the post to Baycott.
Baycott settles for the jumper and misses it.
And on this end right here with LaRavia, that time Leaky Black picks up the foul, but they continue to let LaRavia go to his right hand. You got to try to, number one, not let him catch the ball in the paint or get into there off the dribble, and then try to force him back to his left hand. That has been problematic all night. He's been shooting and continuing to shoot at a high percentage.
Seconds on the shot clock. The birthday boy, Davian Williamson, deep three. He turns 22 today. That would have been for 22 points from NBA range. Manic foul by Williamson in transition. North Carolina loves to play in the fast break, loves to push the pace, but tonight they failed to be successful. They have 0 points in fast break compared to Wake Forest 22.
Yeah, good job by Wake. Credit them in their transition D. A lot of that, though, is they turned the ball over or have taken some shots. So, again, if you're North Carolina to get back into this game, right now you're trying to cut it to single digits, it's going to start, though, defensively for them.
Now, the lone bright spot offensively has been Brady Manick. Now 17 points, and a year ago he was teammates with Alondes Williams. Both of those guys playing for the Oklahoma Sooners. Both entered the transfer portal, went their separate ways. They're teammates a year ago, and now enemies tonight. Both having terrific nights. Manick with 17, Alondes Williams with 18. Is called for the foul. Not happy about it. Third foul against Davis. Carter Witt fails to cash in from the foul line. A week from tonight, quadruple header. Next Saturday, right here on the ACC Network. It tips off with this Tar Heels team taking on NC State, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and then just don't need to move the channel. 3 games to follow, all right here on the ACC Network. Caleb Love got a good look. Those are the ones Carolina needs to knock down if they're going to come back in this game. Three on the other end does fall. Damari Monsanto. And Monsanto got a piece of it on the defensive end. Goes back to Manick. He can't connect. A week ago, the Wake Forest didn't even know if Monsanto was going to play this season or use that red shirt year, tore his Achilles in the offseason, and now making impact plays on a big stage, Huck.
Yeah, and credit to him. The work that he put in, the coaching staff and training staff just raved. And again, you're right, Jay. They did not think he was going to be back, but he just put his head down, got the work, and huge addition to this Wake team.
Monsanto again. He's got the hot hand. The transfer from East Tennessee State, only playing in his second game in a Wake uniform, back-to-back threes. Largest lead of the night for the Demon Deacons.
And what a block out by sea that time for Wake Forest, keeping North Carolina off the offensive glass.
Wake Forest is starting to feel it. A 10-0 run speared on by Damari Monsanto. His third three in just his second collegiate game for Wake off a torn Achilles, and he's been perfect. And boy, must he be happy he decided to let Damari play. What a performance this is tonight, a breakout game for the transfer from East Tennessee State.
Yeah, he's a guy that started off with Steve Forbes, and again, a huge addition, but really, Jay, it's about North Carolina. Poor closeouts after he hit the first one. Okay, you got to get out on the second one. And the third, you have to chase him off the three-point line and force him to put the ball on the floor. They have not done that, and he made them pay 3 times in a row.
10-0 run in the last 2 minutes for Wake Forest. Carolina's missed their last 7 shots. Demon Deacons have opened up their largest lead of the game. And, questions for Carolina, and Hubert Davis will continue to get raised. Still 11 minutes left. They got to figure out something in a hurry. Coming into this game, when you look at North Carolina's first season under Hubert Davis, a 12-5 record at the surface is a really good start. It's a tournament team, but the way they have lost those 5 games, an average margin of defeat of more than 17 points, and you look at the assist-to-turnover ratio, the rebounding margin, they just look like 2 different teams now.
Yeah, the inconsistency really losses, and I think the glaring thing, defensively and turnovers, those have been the problems in their losses. When you look at the numbers for Wake Forest, they're shooting 50% from the three-point line. They're doing a poor job defending the three-point line. And then on the other end, they're struggling from beyond the arc. They're at 22% for the game.
Much-needed bucket inside through Manick. Ends a 10-0 Wake Forest run. And Demon Deacons in this second half, they are smoking hot. 10 of 13 from the field. What can Carolina do defensively to try and disrupt them?
Well, sometimes it just comes down to just individual efforts. LaRavia in particular in that first half, and then right here, defending the three-point line. They catch a break. That's a clean look for a guy that has been hot in this game. They got to do a better job defending the three-point line.
Stolen away. Monsanto off to the races. The steal and the slam to add to a terrific night in just his second game back from a torn Achilles. Jake LaRavia, that is where he is feasted all night long in the paint, continues to do so. A game-high 22 for the transfer out of Indiana State. What a night.
Well, right here, problematic. We've been saying it all night. Turnovers have hurt them. They've capitalized Wake that time. And then a LaRavia spin move. Not bad, D. That's just a guy right now that is just having his way offensively. You said it, 22 points, 9 of 12 from the floor. They just had no answer. I mean, look, he's taking smaller guys down into the post, shot over with that little right-hand jump hook. And then offensively, North Carolina, really, it's been problematic for them, in particular in this last 5-minute stretch. They've had no flow, and now with Baycott not in the game, you don't have a low post presence. So now you're certainly, North Carolina, going to have to knock down some perimeter jumpers.
In the first half, Baycott was benched for foul trouble, picked up 2 fouls and sat the last 8 minutes. He's still has 2 fouls, so this is not because of foul trouble. This is because Hubert Davis wants to get a look at 5 guys that he told us, I got who are going to compete, that are going to give us what Carolina needs.
Well, I think the biggest thing defensively, containing dribble drives, the turnovers, and then on LaRavia.
Another offensive foul called for an illegal screen. Frustrating night for first-year head coach Hubert Davis. Frustrating week when you factor in a 28-point loss on Tuesday to Miami. LaRavia fouled again inside. He's just getting everything he wants in there tonight.
That time off the high ball screen. And because Williams is such a good passer, has a really good feel too, though, how to manipulate ball screens. So again, you try to hedge or show. That time LaRavia, great job of slipping that screen right down the middle, and another beautiful pass by Alondes Williams.
Tomorrow, some terrific women's basketball right here on the ACC network. Top 20 matchup tips things off at noon. North Carolina and Georgia Tech at 4. It's the number 4 team in the country, NC State, taking on Virginia Tech. Tar Heels in a 21-point hole. And Armando Bacot not on the court. They've been dreadful from 3 tonight. 4 of 20 from beyond the arc. RJ Davis step back 3, and that finally falls. Much needed.
Well, everything's been a struggle, and you're right, much needed. A difficult 3 that time, but certainly one that North Carolina was in desperate need of to stop this run by Wake Forest. And because of this lineup, Wake Forest is switching all ball screens. That time, RJ Davis, a tough contested 3.
Alondes Williams, kick 3 wide open. That's usually been money all night for Wake Forest. And again, shows why Williams is leading the ACC in assists. Davis trying to do it all himself right now. We'll get 2 at the line when we come back. Wake Forest in the driver's seat with under 8 left. Up by 18. ACC Network prime time, final game of our triple header. Malcolm Huckabee, Jay LaRavia, and Huck, your ACC Player of the Year candidates. We've seen 2 of them tonight, and Alondes Williams and Armando Bacot. Take us through your list.
Well, let's just focus on the 2 in this game right here. Alondes Williams, I think out of all the guys on this list, he's one of the guys that we don't talk about enough. He's leading the ACC in points per game, but more impressive, the assists per game. He's unselfish. He knows when to go. Bacot, again, for the foul trouble and the limited minutes, the guy still has a double-double in this game. 10 points, 11 rebounds. It's just been impressive, the run that he's been on. Certainly, though, his team in a struggle tonight. Williams, though, on the other end, he just makes it so much easier for the other guys to get open looks.
Bacot just 3 of 11 from the floor, but 10 points, 11 rebounds. That's now 9 straight double-doubles for him. 6 of those rebounds on the offensive end. North Carolina has 18 offensive rebounds. Usually you look at it and say that is terrific, and it is to some degree, but it also tells you they've missed a lot of shots to put themselves in positions to get 18 offensive rebounds. lost the handle. Here's Caleb Love. Kerwin Walton thought about the three. Instead into Baycott. Armando Baycott. That's what we're used to seeing out of Armando Baycott.
And that was probably the most patient offensive possession that we've seen in a while for North Carolina. I like it. Don't settle for a three. Work the ball down low to a guy that's one of the highest percentage shooters in college.
In the last 90 seconds, North Carolina on a mini 7-0 run. Chipping away at what was a Wake Forest lead that was as large as 21 points.
Well, the problem now you have, though, if you're North Carolina who's trying to pick up the pressure, do some trapping, you got to be careful. Obviously, Wake in the bonus right now.
Caleb Love right to the rim, missed it. Sasha Garcia going to be tagged with the foul. Jake LaRavia grabbing the rebound, and he'll head right back to the foul line where he's 7 of 9 tonight. 26 points total for the transfer from Indiana State.
And you like, obviously, you talked about the offensive rebounding for North Carolina, but back to my previous point, you have to be careful. Wake Forest in the bonus, you don't want to continue to put them on the free throw line, and they're a team that shoots over 70% as a team.
That made foul shot, Jake LaRavia, a new career high at 28 points. What a night to do it at home against North Carolina in a pivotal game for ACC standings in March Madness. Wake Forest has been dialed in on both ends of the floor. Love an open three, missed it, nothing but air. Up ahead, Williams trying to one-hand slam that in transition. Instead, will go to the line for 2 foul shots.
Well, Jay, you almost, in this game, have to do a double take and look at the stats and say, well, that can't be right. But, in this game, Wake Forest, 26 fast break points to 2 for North Carolina. And look, North Carolina is known to be one of the better transition teams. You have to credit Wake Forest. A lot of that has been because of turnovers and good transition D. But Wake on the other end, they have really pushed the pace and been opportunistic in their transition offense.
Another key number when you look at the stats of this game, North Carolina 14 missed layups. Leaving a lot of points in the paint off the board tonight. Alondes Williams making his case for ACC Player of the Year. 18 points, looking for more. Couldn't get past Baycott that time in a whistle.
Right here, Jay, he's done a little bit of everything. We've talked about the points. We've talked about the assists, but, at half I made the comment I was more impressed with his defense. He's made some really good defensive plays in this game, and he's done a little bit of everything for this team.
been the lone bright spot tonight. 22 points for Brady Manick. And LaRavia continuing to be a problem with this Carolina defense. Already a career-high 29 points. But with that foul, it's now 5 against Brady Manick. He is done for the night. 30 seconds after we said he was the lone bright spot offensively, Carolina would go without him for the final 5 minutes and 26 seconds.
And the problem has been, yes, he's been good offensively, Brady Manick, but defensively, both he and Garcia have struggled. Whoever North Carolina has put at Jake LaRavia, they've really struggled to keep him under wraps. That's now his 30th point for the night.
Which is a new career high for the transfer from Indiana State. It's interesting, Wake Forest has had no made field goals in 4 minutes. You would think great opportunity for North Carolina to come back in this game, but they've done such a great job getting to the foul line in that stretch. The last 9 points have come from the charity stripe, which is where Armando Bacot will be headed.
Jay, for as well as Bacot has played, really uncharacteristically tonight, he's missed a lot of opportunities around the basket. Right there, that's normally an and one for him. Just unable to convert some of these layups around the basket. And that really has plagued the whole team, but in particular, Armando Bacot.
Section up and Joel. They've been loud and proud all night and forced Bacot into 2 misses there. Williams, coast to coast for the lay-in. Alondes Williams has Wake up by 20. Offensive foul. Dallas Walton draws it against Armando Bacot, and everything coming up Demon Deacons right now.
Great positioning by Walton, and it's just been that type of night for North Carolina. Frustrating, but credit Wake Forest defensively. They've made it really difficult.
Well, 10 days ago, Wake welcomed Duke to Winston-Salem in a game that felt like it could have been a turning point for Steve Forbes in this program. Tie-dye Nation's back, close to a sellout, and they lose that game, and you're thinking, could the season start to spiral? There's the momentum lost. Steve Forbes with the home crowd doesn't like that call. But boy, have they responded. 2 road wins in conference, and now an in-state blue blood in their building, and they're up by 20. And looking at that look, I guess it should be 22. Instead, called off for a goaltend, but looks clean. Williams in a sea of Carolina blue. Sends it back, step back 3. Monsanto off the mark that time.
Jay, there's still 4:18 to go, but Wake comfortably ahead. And when you look back at how this game started, you can point to a couple of areas, and I think the biggest is the points off the turnovers. Wake 21 points off the turnovers, and then the 3-point shooting for Wake. They had some really quality looks, close to 40% for the game. So North Carolina, again, their inability to defend the 3-point line. But I think the biggest thing is, you look at it right here, the points off a turnover. That's really I don't care where you're playing, who you're playing, it's really difficult to overcome when you give up that many points off a turnover.
Great pass from Williams again to pick out LaRavia. A lopsided score. Wake Forest 86, Carolina 67. A career high for Jake LaRavia, 31 points, including this one, and it has been all Wake Forest. And take a look at this. You look at the net rankings and put as much stock as you want to in this, but if Wake holds on to this win, they're going to move past Carolina, likely move past Virginia Tech, who lost to Boston College today. And Steve Forbes' team, according to the net rankings, would only be behind Duke in the ACC.
Well ahead of schedule. Credit Steve Forbes, and look, he hit into transfer with Alondes Williams. What he has done, I think you have to hit, and you have to hit with the right type of player. Not only can he score, but he is a guy that's unselfish with the ball and makes others better. And I think that is a huge key to their success. To go along with, they are a really good defensive team.
Right on cue, Alondes Williams again. Terrific, 23 points to his name. The ACC leading scorer and leading assist man showing off tonight. A team that was picked preseason number 13 is on their way to 16-4 overall and 6-3 in the ACC, and they have put themselves into conversation for a team that can finish in the top 4 of this conference. Another missed opportunity from Garcia, but cleans up the spill himself. Missed 16 layups tonight, North Carolina. And the Tar Heels fans and coaching staff will continue to scratch their head as they try and figure out what has gone wrong this week between the Miami loss and now tonight at Wake Forest. Where would you turn, Malcolm, if you're Hubert Davis going into next week trying to turn the page?
Well, it starts, Jay, defensively. They struggled. I mean, look, Alondes Williams and Jake LaRavia in that first half. Wake Forest was not doing anything special. They were just giving those guys the ball. LaRavia isolated him on the block, and then you look at Alondes Williams getting a much-needed standing O. They couldn't keep him out of the paint. Offensively, it may sound cliche and simple, but turnovers. You cannot turn the ball over to live ball turnovers. I think they lack balance, so you've got to get the ball moving left or right, and then try to get your guy, Armando Bacot, involved early in the offense and don't settle for threes. But there's a lot of areas, but I think those three right there are the biggest issues for them. Defensively, turnovers, and then you got to get more balance offensively.
The student section feels pretty comfortable with the score line with under 2 minutes to go. They are chanting, "We want Lester," which is Miles Lester, fan favorite walk-on, number 55. These two teams are so close in standings and Joe Lunardi's bracketology. Who would have thought that we'd have a chance for the walk-on to get in. But credit Wake Forest for really taking control of this game on both ends, and they have left no doubt tonight who the best team is. Right on cue, the cherry on top, the Wake Forest, a feeling that has not been felt in this building in a long time. Steve Forbes in just year 2, a minute away from a signature win against a rival blue blood that'll put the Demon Deacons to 16-4 and 6-3 in conference play to a March Madness bid.
Well, the job that he has done, along with the staff and the way that they are playing right now, Jay, you look at what they've done statistically in the ACC. They're second in field goal percentage, 48%. Third in points per game, close to 80 points per game. But I think these are the key areas. Third in field goal percentage. They're holding opponents below 40%. And they're fourth in assists. They average close to 15 assists per game. Sound defensively, they share the ball, and they got a star player in Alondes Williams.
Who could very well be the ACC Player of the Year if he continues the trajectory he's on. Fans, by the way, did get their wish. Miles Lester, the walk-on, is into the game. 96 points, including a career high from Jake LaRavia. .96 points scored is a season high for the Demon Deacons. Made 10 threes, shot 53% from the floor. Made 24 foul shots as well. This is the perfect game plan from Steve Forbes and staff, and again, closing in on a statement win. Here's Miles Lester. Would have taken the roof off the Joel. They give it right back to him. Season high 98 points for Wake Forest. Offensive explosion against a Carolina team that will have a lot of questions to address. A 28-point loss to Miami, and now a 22-point loss at the hands of Wake Forest.